Hi. I have no idea if this is even a good angle or any of that because I'm trying to I'm moving the camera back this time and turning it around so I can't see myself, so I can try to cut out any form of inauthenticity that I may have. And today I'm in a greenhouse, so that's fun. Today I want to talk about positivity. Um and kind of my view of it versus I feel what most people have when they think of positivity. I think most people that hear the word positivity think of naivete as well, or to be naive, right? People don't like to hear about positivity because it's always associated with foolishness or inexperience. But like most things in life, my source of positivity comes from real lived experience. I don't like to. It's much easier to learn something by doing it versus just learning about it in the sense of reading a lot or seeing someone else do it. Although there is a lot of truth to that, and I digress. But reading about a topic will teach you more about it than watching someone else do it, and then doing it will teach you more about it than reading it, so on. Anyway, so then I would say that my positivity, if I were to try and put it forward in a sentence without using the word positivity, is a very existential knowledge that the next moment of enjoyment, or that freedom of choice of enjoyment of whatever it is in life, is right around the corner. That's what we can always be sure of, whether we're in our ups or in our downs, is that the next moment will be right around the corner. And you can take that and you can have one or two views on it. You can take that fact that the good will not stay, but neither will the bad, or the bad will not stay, but neither will the good. And you can take that your perception or that perspective, and you can either focus on the glass half empty or the glass half full. Another cliche saying. I don't like to be the glass half full kind of guy, but I am, and I don't do that really as a choice anymore. It's just, it is what it is. It's like, oh, well, at least you have a glass, right? That's what I guess what I'm trying to say is we have that choice. We have that freedom, and nihilism will have you look at that and be like, oh, I'm stuck with this choice. I'm stuck with this choice of whether to look on the bright side or the dark side, and I have to. It's like, oh, it's a weight on my shoulders, and it's responsibility, and I don't want it. But my view of it is that, like, oh, I get to make that choice, right? I get to have a bad moment and then be like, this sucks right now, but at least it won't suck forever, and at least the next moment will come along. So I guess that's what I'm trying to preach right now. Is obviously something that I live, is that there's going to be bad moments that you're stuck with, and to a degree you just have to do your best within those circumstances, and then have the full knowledge that you will come out on the other side of it. You will come out on the other side, and you'll have another challenge, or you'll have another big blessing. And sometimes there's a lot of little blessings. Like, I'm making this video, and I looked over to my left, and through this greenhouse window, there's all these little green plants, and it's January 18th right now. So there's not a whole lot of green, but these little plants right outside the door in the cold are very green, and they're very beautiful, and they look great. And around me I have all these different kinds of plants with the different textures, and I'm just so thankful. And I'm sure if you look around you, like if you just focus on the fundamentals, look at texture, color, pattern, depth, lighting, all these things, you can't help but notice their beauty around you, their craftsmanship. And if you don't have anything that's well crafted, I believe that you should try to make your life a little bit more full of those things that are better crafted, those things that people have put effort and time and beauty into, because those are the things that really make us feel alive. So positivity is not so much a sappy like, oh well, here we go guys. Like, no, positivity is a knowing, a knowledge of, and awareness of beauty, of the enjoyment of the journey of whatever you're doing. I've probably taken it so far that if I knew I was going somewhere bad, I'd still be pretty good about enjoying the journey as I'm going to that final terrible destination. I'd probably say, we're headed to a real bad place, but at least these flowers are blooming on the path there. Maybe that's taken too far. I don't think so, because it really turns my days around. And if you're on the edge like I used to be, I will tell you that it is okay to be that way. It's completely okay. As long as, like, if you're doing all your responsibilities and you're trying to get better and you're improving and you're not hurting anybody, it's like, if you want to enjoy the moments that people might make fun of you for, just 100% do it. I would rather, I've got people in my life that really just like would scoff at me enjoying my little moment, right? If I see a piece of nature, a piece of beauty that I'm just like, wow, I need to like stop and take this in, or even comment on it. I'm like, this is so beautiful. I'm so thankful that I get to see this. I'm so thankful that, you know, I get to perceive this small piece of beauty, this gem in all the dirt. People like to tear that down because on a level, a lot of us are uncomfortable with accepting that beautiful moment or acknowledging the beauty that it is, because I believe a lot of us are that beauty. We all have this innate power and essence of our soul that is full creativity and capability. And a lot of us don't actually tap into that. A lot of us don't ever give that the time of day or try to cultivate our soul. And so sometimes I feel like people like to shut the little small moments down because they don't want to have to face the small moment in them that they've constantly turned away from. So try to give that some time today, or whenever you watch this video, if you watch this video. If you've noticed that there's little moments around you, or maybe you've noticed them but you don't give them as much time as maybe you should have, you know what that is. I would encourage you to do it. You know, give yourself the grace of acknowledging the gift that it is for you to notice the beauty around you, and even at a point, the beauty that you can create, because that's one of the best ones. That is really self-sustaining, is when you have brought your soul to life and your soul is creating the thing that feeds your soul. And then you start to create and create and create and enchant people around you, and they start to feel that and see that, and they start to come alive themselves. And that's one of the greatest gifts, is connection with other people. And that's one of the the best forms of it. So just take a moment at some point today, you know, take hold of a small moment of beauty and just really appreciate it. And that's all. All right, thanks. See you in the next one.